Hello everybody, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, dear friends, clients, followers, astrology lovers, and today of course tarot cards lovers. Here is Olga from sunny Costa Rica. I hope you are doing great. I know that you are, those who follow me, I know that you are waiting for this monthly, highly personalized French cards, LENORMAND cards, highly personalized reading that I will offer you today. And my reading will be applied. It's never applied to a calendar month, you know that. It's more logical to apply monthly reading to a lunar month. So I'm recording this video during the weekend of the new moon of the 18th of November, the new moon in Scorpio, and the reading will be applied to the month that will last until the next new moon on December 17th in Sagittarius. So November 18th, December 17th, this is the month that we are going to talk about today. Those who follow me regularly, you know the structure of my reading, but I will repeat briefly in the beginning of the video how the reading works, its structure, okay? It's important for those who watch me for the first time. Before to start the general description of the reading, before to start to the description of the structure of the reading, I would like to attract your attention to the importance of the actual present new moon in Scorpio. I would like to invite you to watch my latest weekly horoscope where I talk about the new moon in Scorpio, which is the middle point, which corresponds to the middle point between two pairs of eclipses. The eclipses of August 2017 that we lived this year 3 months ago, and the two upcoming eclipses of January, February 2018. This is extremely important and strategic moment, the new moon of November 18th. But well, you can watch the video, my thoughts, my analysis of the new moon of November in the video weekly horoscope that you will find in the list of my videos. Today we are going to do a big job. For me, it's a big job. You can imagine. It's normally the video lasts for 2 hours 20 approximately. It's a lot of work for me. I'm doing it in English, in a language which is not my native language, so please be tolerant, be patient. I'm trying to do my best. And why my readings are highly personalized, and what is the particularity, the specificity, I would even say the uniqueness of my readings, is that I mix astrological notions, parameters that you find, the parameters that you apply to your personal situations. It means that you will have to use the aspects, the notions, the parameters of your own birth chart. Okay, you will have to know the position of the planets in your personal birth chart, and then of course I pull out cards that correspond, a lot of couple of cards that correspond to these astrological parameters that I choose to use. I will not use the meaning of all the planets of the birth chart, of course. I will not use the meaning of the 10 planets. I will use 6 major parameters of astrological parameters of the birth chart. I will pull out one card that will correspond to the general atmosphere of the month. It will be also the advice, and since the cards, these are playing cards, French cards, LENORMAND. It was very known, the biggest psychic, French psychic, of the 19th century. The cards are playing cards, but me, I use we use we interpret the image. Like here we see the key. We interpret the in the combinations. We interpret the meaning of the pictures. We don't pay attention to the signs of the playing cards, but the card also contains a number, so you can use the number as the number of your lucky number of the month. You can use different elements of the card that you like. You know, you can apply these the advices or the indications of the elements of the cards to your personal situation. Do whatever you want with the card. So the first card, one card that I pull out, will correspond to the general atmosphere and the advice of the month, and it will correspond to the sun sign, your main sign, for those who are not familiar with astrological terminology. For example, if you were born between the 22nd of, let's say, December and the 20th or 21st, it depends on the year, sometimes 19th of January, your sun sign or your main sign is Capricorn. Well, all of us, we know our sun sign, okay? 21st of July, 21st of August, Leo, if you were born within this period. But it would be too simple just to pull out one card, right? So that's why I made the reading extremely complex. Well, I hope it's not complicated, because you will have to pick up the position of the planets that I use in my reading in your signs, in the signs of the zodiac, in your personal chart. So you won't have to listen to 2 hours 20 of the video. So the card of the month advice is the sun in the sign of the zodiac, your sun sign. Then I will pull out 2 cards that will correspond to the emotional state. What will influence your emotions? And we will have here 12 possibilities, of course, which will correspond to the position of the moon in the sign of the zodiac. So where is your moon in your birth chart? You have to know your chart. You can check in any software the position of the planets in your chart. There are a lot of free resources online. So the moon in the sign, emotional state. 2 cards for the emotional state. The next couple of the cards will correspond to the part of your reality, the situation, or something that exists in your life that will go away, that you will get rid of, or to something that is not existing in your life, which is not part of your life, but what will go away. Or you will be able to avoid. What exists but will go away, and what doesn't, which is not the part of your life, but what you will be lucky to avoid. And these 12 possibilities will correspond to the position of Mercury in the sign of the zodiac. So you have to see where is Mercury in your chart. Since Mercury, as well as Venus and Mars, can be retrograde in the position in the chart, in the birth chart, I will pull out additional 3rd card that will give some nice coffin. Will give some additional information, maybe some clarification. It will be the 3rd additional card to the main couple. So if you have Mercury retrograde in your chart, you will have to consider the couple, the basic couple, and the 3rd additional card. If your Mercury is not retrograde, don't consider the 3rd additional card, okay? The next couple of the cards will correspond to the position of Venus in your birth chart, and of course, since Venus symbolizes love and partnership relationship, this couple of the cards will show the evolution of the events in your love life. Venus, love. Venus can be also, retrograde, so I will pull out the 3rd additional card if you have Venus retrograde in your chart. Additional card that will confirm something, or which will add some more details, will, yeah, some precisions, clarification. The third additional card. The next couple will the cards will correspond to the position of Mars in the sign of the zodiac in your chart. 12 possibilities, and this block will describe the situation, the state of things, the evolution of your professional sphere, finances and career. Mars in the sign. Mars can also be retrograde, so I will pull out the third additional card. If you have Mars retrograde in your chart, additional information, more details, more precision. Okay, and the last block, you see a lot of information. will show what will surprise you, the surprise of the month, what you don't expect to happen. A couple, 2 cards always, a couple, 12 possibilities, and 12 possibilities, and the surprise. You will be able to know what will surprise you if you know your rising sign or ascendant. For that, you need to know your time of birth, and this can be checked in the astrological software. Surprise the ascendant. So it means that if you pick up the sun in the sign, moon in a sign, Mercury in a sign, Venus in a sign, Mars in a sign, and ascendant, rising sign, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 options. You pick up the option that corresponds to you. You will have the timestamps underneath the video, so you'll have to listen to only to your options, so it will be rather short, the reading for each of you. If you want, you can listen to the entire video. You know, me sometimes I always watch the parts that correspond not only to, I pay attention to the part that correspond not only to my personal situation, my birth chart, but also, of course, to the chart of people of interest, which is logical, you know. Then I compare, I see in the end of the month how it was, how it manifested, how the predictions came true. So it's rare that the 2 people will have the same position of the planets in the signs. Even there are 2 people who are born the same day who watch the video. Maybe their rising signs will be different. So the surprises for these 2 people will be different. There will be always at least one position that will be different in your case from the case of the other person. So my readings are highly personalized, yes, and it allows you to learn astrology for those who are interested in astrology. And also I do this similar readings for myself, you know, weekly readings. I pick up cards for the card of the week, emotions, love, career, what will go away, and the surprise for each week. I put it down in the agenda, my agenda, and it works. Like, it's always played in the way the cards predicted that. So I hope you will hear good news today. So let's start. Well, this is the first part, the card of the month that corresponds to your sun sign, and I have small, the interpretations of each card in the form of advice in a small document. So I will read each position, the interpretation of each position, and of course the interpretation of the couple of the cards that correspond to the position of the planets in the signs. I will interpret them spontaneously. Let's start. So yes, I have my table here, not to forget all the cards, you know, not to miss. So, because there's so much position, so much interpretations. Okay, the card of the month, the advice for the sun in Aries, cardinal fire sign. Number 32, the moon. Let me see if you see. Yes, you see. 32, the moon. Those who know tarot, don't think, it's not the moon in tarot. The meanings are different. in tarot and French cards. The moon, the advice, 32. Dream, imagine, create, visualize your goals, listen to your intuition, trust your capabilities, intuitive capabilities, capacities. Be receptive to the information you receive, learn to adapt to any situation. So flexibility, intuition, and creativity. This is the card of the month for the Sun in Aries. Okay. The card of the month, the advice and the general atmosphere of the month for the Sun in Taurus. 28, a man, monsieur. Use the logics and the ability to analyze. Show your masculine side. Determination, perseverance, responsibility, courage. Do not be afraid to use force, even if you are a woman. Okay? Sun in Taurus, 28, man or monsieur. General atmosphere of the month and the card of the month is the advice for the Sun in Gemini. Mutable air sign. Sun in Gemini gets number 5, tree. Settle down, find the firm ground, have patience, grow, gain wisdom. There is no reason to worry. You have all the rights to be successful. Sun in Gemini, number 5, tree. The card of the month for the Sun in Cancer. Cardinal water sign. Cancer, the advice for you is 21, mountain. 21, mountain. Stop, slow down, behave yourself quietly. Something will have to be postponed. Don't move away from your position. The persistence overcomes the resistance. Cancer, you get this time number 21, a mountain. The Sun in Leo, my love. Sun in Leo, the card of the month and the advice, general atmosphere for the fixed fire sign. This time you get snake, number 7. Number 7. Let me see. Use your intelligence and be wise in order to avoid obstacles. Use non-traditional methods in solving problems. Do not trust everyone. Leo, number 7, the snake. The card of the month, the advice and the general atmosphere for the Sun in Virgo, mutable earth sign. Sun in Virgo. A ring, number 25. Number 25, let me see. Tie yourself by an obligation or give a promise. You would be brought to make an agreement, to conclude a partnership, to unite with someone or with something. Virgo, 25, a ring. The Sun in Libra, the card of the month, the general atmosphere and the advice for the Sun in Libra. Cardinal air sign. Cardinal air sign, a cross. 36, this is the very last card of the deck. Avoid playing the role of a victim. Pray, show patience and humility. Be careful, ask for help. Say goodbye to unrealistic plans. This is the advice. Don't focus on negativity of the card. It's the advice to avoid actually playing the role of the victim. Number 36, a cross for the Sun in Libra. Card of the month for the Sun in Scorpio. Fixed water sign. The advice, the general atmosphere. The Sun in Scorpio. Child, number 13. Number 13. Discover a child in you and enjoy life. Play and have fun. Look at your issues and your problems differently. Be open to incoming information. Scorpio, a child, number 13. The Sun in Sagittarius, mutable fire sign. What does the card of the month advise you? General atmosphere for the Sun in Sagittarius. 36, the same as for Libra. 36, the cross. Avoid playing the role of the victim. Pray, show patience and humility. Be careful. Ask for help. Say goodbye to unrealistic plans. Yeah, it happens sometimes. Number 36, the cross for the Sun in Sagittarius. Be courageous. The Sun in Capricorn. The card of the month for you. The advice and the general atmosphere. The Sun in Capricorn. Get this time. Number 6, clouds. Number 6, clouds. Stay focused. Clear up your mind. Think clearly. Look in the eye of your doubts and fears. Stay in the shade. Do not give a definite answer to anything and to anybody, and show the ambiguity. Trust the events that are happening. It's pretty, I would say that it's a rather natural card. So number 6, clouds for the Sun in Capricorn. Sun in Aquarius. Yeah, it's me, Olga. The Sun in Aquarius and fixed air sign. Sun in Aquarius. 17, stork. Move forward, change, improve, repair, unleash your ambitions. This is the card of changes. Good. Number 17 for Aquarius, the stork. And the last one, Sun in Pisces, mutable water sign. Sun in Pisces, the card of the month and the advice for you. But the next lunar month will be, it's always a suspense, right? Garden, number 20. Number 20, socialize yourself, make friends, participate in networking events, create connections, strengthen your contacts, use your knowledge of the right people. Relax, make a trip to a spa or to the beach. Why not to Costa Rica? Number 20, the garden for the Sun in Pisces. So this was the first part. All right, let's see the second part. The position of the moon in the sign of the zodiac in your birth chart will describe your emotional state. And here I will interpret, of course, spontaneously the couple of the cards. I will not check even though I have the books and the special document that give me the interpretation of each couple. I don't have the time for that. I will do it spontaneously. Let's see. Moon, so the emotions. Moon in Aries. Moon in Aries. Cardinal fire sign. What will affect your emotional state? 33 and 34. Key and fish. The solution of a financial problem. Positive solution, constructive solution. You will find the answer to your questions regarding money, regarding financial situation. It will totally satisfy you. This solution will totally satisfy you. This is extremely good news. And of course, you will be totally emotionally satisfied, pleased, and in balance and harmony. Congratulations, Moon in Aries. Moon in Taurus, fixed earth sign. Moon in Taurus, what will affect your emotional state? Birds and house, 12 and 4. Some worry, some anxiety, some instability in your house, in your home, in your family, within the members of your family, in your household, everything, any event or situation regarding your family, your roots, yes, ancestors, parents, grandparents, children, brothers, sisters, your house, your home, family. There will be some anxiety about your family and its members. But this is not negative, but just instability, To deal with a situation like this in 6 hours, it changed, it's different. Nothing really bad, just instability and worries about the members of your family. Moon in Taurus. Moon in Gemini, mutable air sign. Moon in Gemini. What will affect your emotional state? Coffin and Heart, 8 and 24. Yeah, this is not a very joyful combination. It means the end of a love relationship or end of a friendship that you care about. In a less negative interpretation, it can be major changes in your love situation. You see, sometimes the different fields of life are overlapping in one meaning. We should try to figure out which situation, what will affect your emotional state. But of course, it can happen that, as in your case, this combination of the cards refers to your love life. We will see what will be the cards that I will pull out for your Venus, okay, for each of you, for the Venus in the sign in your chart. But for the Moon in Gemini, the cards warn. I forgot the word in English. It's a warning, that you may experience some negative event in your love life, whether the end of attachment or tie or a relationship, or major changes in the love relationship. Coffin and Heart. Moon in Gemini. Moon in Cancer in its rulership. Moon in Cancer in a cardinal water sign. Moon in Cancer. Stars and Tree, 16 and 5. This combination promises an excellent health condition. Maybe a condition that you have dreamed about to have. Like the achievement when you touch the dream, because the stars always dream something that was seeming before inaccessible, but finally you touch this dream of the past, and it's regarding the health condition. And it can be any stability, the tree, or in any field of life. The keyword is stability, okay? But the first thing that I think about is, of course, health. So excellent health condition, maybe you'll recover from something you suffered from, and it will bring you to the total peace, of mind, emotions. Moon in Cancer. Moon in Leo. Moon in Leo in the fixed fire sign. Yeah, this is my case. Of course, you know that. Big drama queen, as I am. Moon in Leo. What will affect your emotional state? Whip and Cross, 11 and 36. well, in a natural sense, avoid discussions, but exchanges, quarrels, and dramatic quarrels, heavy, that will make you feel suffer even, painful conversation, painful, like in French we would say, règlement de compte, yeah, when you try to figure out who was right, who was wrong, who is right, who is wrong, you know, animated conversation, painful discussions, dramatic disputes, and quarrels. Well, you know, I just interpret the cards, we will see. Maybe the thing that we need to have, we have to go through this, you know, to figure out who is right, who is wrong. 11 and 36 whip and cross for the moon in Leo. Moon in Virgo, mutable earth sign. Moon in Virgo. Moon in Virgo. Child and birds, 13 and 12. You may worry about your child. You may worry about a child. It is not yours, but you care about. This combination can mean the unstable situation of a child, maybe at school, for example. Okay, this is not negative. The birds is rather neutral, but some worries and anxiety about the situation of a child that is who is dear to yours or of somebody else. This will affect your emotional state. Moon in Virgo, 13 and 12, child and birds. Moon in Libra. Moon in Libra, cardinal air sign. Moon in Libra gets birds and book 12 and 26. There will be a mystery, a secret that you would like to reveal, to discover, the secret that has been escaping from your hands so far until now. And sometimes you may feel that, oh yes, you already discovered the truth, but then it escapes from you once again. So the secret that is still a mystery, a secret that still appears closed for you, hidden from you. Okay, and you don't know what to think about that. Yeah, and it will make you feel anxious. The book also means studies. You know, maybe you will have some. If you are a student, if you study, if you follow courses, you know, online or offline courses, maybe you will not be. The results of your studies, for example, exam will not be satisfying to you, or you will decide to repeat, you know, the same course, or to repeat the exam. Instability and worries about a secret or studies if you study. 12 and 26 birds and book for the moon in Libra. Moon in Scorpio. Moon in Scorpio, fixed water sign. What will affect your emotional state? Flowers and child, 9 and 13. Well, an invitation from a young person, whether you're a woman or a man, doesn't matter. You know, if you're a woman, can be a young female friend. Invitation. It can be also spontaneous, innocent, inoffensive invitation, something that will, or gift or present, or invitation, initiative that will make you feel extremely, you know, happy, luminous, and light, and it will make you smile, because the way that the children make us smile, extremely positive combination, you know. Yeah, 9 and 13, flowers, bouquet, and child for the moon in Scorpio. Moon in Sagittarius, fire mutable sign. Moon in Sagittarius. Emotions for the moon in Sagittarius. Letter and clouds, 27 and 6. You will not know what to think about news. It can be, the news can arrive by email. Well, nobody writes down letters on paper, you know. Email or any type of communication, you know. It's rather written news, not phone call or SMS eventually. You will receive some news and you will be confused. You will not know what to think about that. Or, on the contrary, news, letter, message will clarify a situation, will make a situation clear. Alright? 27 and 6, letter and clouds for the moon in Sagittarius. Moon in Capricorn. Moon in Capricorn, cardinal earth sign. Moon in Capricorn. 1 and 33, Rider and Key. Your personal initiative will allow you to find a solution to a problem only if you move. Rider is sometimes symbolized also news from outside, that you, messenger, rider, that means that you receive, somebody brings you news, but it also means your own initiative, okay, your own action, not only intention but the action itself. So, well, news, a messenger, and news, yeah, that somebody else brings you to you, or your own, I would say rather, the first impression is always the rightest. The first intuitive impression. Your own initiative will allow you to find the solution of a problem, to open the door with the key. For the moon in Capricorn, 1 and 33, Rider and Key. Moon in Aquarius, fixed air sign. Moon in Aquarius. Scythe and Man, 10 and 28. If you are a man, this is you. The man, if you're a woman, this is your partner. Husband, boyfriend, lover, brother, supervisor, any partner. Or if you want to figure out which partner exactly, we have to pull out additional cards. This is what I would do during a personal reading, right? A personal session. The scythe can symbolize, in the most negative interpretation, the breakup, the end, sudden and irreversible end with the relationship with a partner, masculine partner. But it can also be a surprise, something that happens unexpectedly, not obligatory, a breakup, the end of an interaction or a relationship. If you are a woman, if you are a man, this is you, so a surprise for you. Something that will shock you, it's a shock. Will make you feel extremely emotional shock. For the men, if it's you, if you're a woman, a shock related to your partner. In the life of your partner, any important man in your life, and this will affect your emotional state. 10 and 28, Scythe and the Man for the moon in Aquarius. And the last, moon in Pisces, mutable water sign. Moon in Pisces. Child and Bear, 13 and 15. Well, the first thing that I think about is that a child will play a very important role in your life, will take a big space, big place in your life. Child is important. Child and Bear. You will focus all your attention on the problems of a child, yours or somebody else, but who is important to you and that you care about. Or it means the child will live major changes, and this will affect your emotional state. 13 and 15 chart in Bear for the Moon in Pisces. This was the second part. Alright, now we pass to the next part, number 3. Mercury, the position of Mercury in a sign. What will go away, what you will be lucky, will be able, or lucky, why not lucky, to avoid. What will go away? Mercury in Aries. Mercury in Aries. Scythe and flowers. Unexpected invitation, unexpected gift, a gift invitation that will surprise you, and this will not happen. Maybe this invitation will be not good for you, you know, or the gift that you wouldn't like. So you will not receive a surprising invitation, because it would have been a shock for you, maybe unpleasant shock. We will see. Yeah, if you have a Mercury retrograde in Aries, the additional card is 11, the whip. This situation, the fact that you will not receive the invitation of the gift, will provoke discussions, will provoke disputes, and very highly animated exchanges with the person who would have done this, would have offered the gift, or would have would have invited you somewhere. Okay, discussions. Number 11, the additional card for Mercury retrograde in Aries. Disputes, yeah. Analysis of the situation that did not happen. So this is the way I see it. Mercury in Taurus. What will go away? What you will avoid? Mercury in Taurus. Mice and stars, 23 and 16. Like useless dreams, you know. You dream about something inaccessible, impossible to achieve, to realize, but you think that this is really what you need. But they would be useless. They are useless if you could achieve. You could make your dream come true, that you think that you really need in your life, that thing that you need in your life. You would be disappointed. You would have been disappointed in the end anyway. So useless dreams will not come true. If you have Mercury retrograde in Taurus retrograde, Rider, number 1, the additional card promises you moving forward in your situation. So you will not feel, and you will not be a victim. You will not feel a loser, because the fact that you will get rid of these useless dreams will allow you actually to discover new opportunities and to move forward. This is very promising. Additional card, Rider number 1 for Mercury in Taurus retrograde. Mercury in Gemini. Mercury in Gemini, what will go away for you? What you will be able to avoid? Mercury in Gemini. 32 and 11, Moon and Whip. Disputes, quarrels that provoke, that destabilize you emotionally, that don't allow you to sleep, you know, insomnia, sleepless night, because of confrontations, conflicts, disputes. This will not happen. You will avoid this. It's a very negative combination, but since it corresponds to the question of what you will avoid, it's rather good news. Additional card for Mercury in Gemini retrograde, a child, number 13. Well, you will feel very light and like, you know, life of children is very has no problems, has no preoccupation, no issues. So you will feel like a child, liberated, freed from something very heavy that would make your life complicated. Simple, light, even innocent, insouciant in French, life as if you were a kid, It will be the result of the couple of the cards that I just described. Yes, you will avoid deep disputes. Sometimes we have to go through a situation when we quarrel with somebody. In this case, you don't need that, and you will avoid. And the additional card number 13, the chart for Mercury retrograde in Gemini. Mercury in Cancer. Mercury in Cancer. Coffin and Crossroad, 8 and 22. To be in front of a choice and being aware that none of the two solutions lead to none of the two options lead to a solution, like impasse, like no way out. Sometimes we have an option of two. We have two options, for example, and we know that if we have to choose one of the two options, and this will be the answer to our questions and the solution to our problems. In this case, like whatever option you choose, it will not help you, and you will be able to avoid this very difficult and complicated situation of a choice. You will not have to choose. It's always good news for me when you don't have to choose, because the worst is when you don't know which of the options to choose, which of the possibilities, or impossibility to make a choice. You will not face this very difficult situation. The additional card, number 6, clouds. In your case, if you have Mercury retrograde in Cancer, the situation will still stay foggy, but well, everything is temporary, right? Nothing lasts forever, but you will stay for a certain time without knowing what to do. But the answer will come maybe later with the time. So the additional card number 6, clouds for Mercury retrograde in Cancer. Mercury in Leo. What will go away? What you will be able to avoid? Mercury in Leo. Mercury in Leo. Mountain and fish. Problems, blockage, delays, obstacles regarding your financial situation or reception of money, everything related to finances will disappear. This is good news. Maybe you've been waiting for some payment or transaction, or you were waiting for money and you will finally get them. Good news for Mercury in Leo. If you have Mercury in Leo retrograde, 25, the ring, this is the additional card, you will not only get rid of financial problems and obstacles and delays, but you will sign new contracts that will be profitable in the future. Congratulations. Mercury in Virgo. Mercury in Virgo. Mercury in Virgo. Clouds and ship, 6 and 3. You will avoid a trip. For example, you think about going somewhere, you think about a trip, or you think about traveling, but you're not sure about the destination of the trip, about the circumstances, about with whom to go. since you don't have all the elements in your hands, you doubt about whether you should go on the trip or not. And apparently you will not go on this trip because the circumstances, sorry, there are some insects in Costa Rica each time some flies enter my apartment. I cannot avoid that, sorry. Yeah, you will be lucky to avoid this trip. This is ridiculous, I'm sorry. It's better not if you don't go on this trip. And the additional card for the Mercury in Virgo retrograde, cross. Yeah, it left by the window. Good. Cross number 36, additional card for Mercury retrograde in Virgo. Maybe you will consider that you are not lucky, that why I couldn't do that, why I couldn't travel. But it's better. If it doesn't happen, it means that it should not happen. But you will feel a bit like you will play the role of a victim. You will not appreciate the benefits of this cancelled trip at the moment when it will be cancelled. But you will see later that it was better for you finally that you don't go on this trip. So the additional 36, the cross for Mercury in Virgo retrograde. Mercury in Libra. Mercury in Libra. Child and anchor 13 and 35. Yeah, an event related to a child. You know, anchor means well, it's always referred to a professional situation, professional environment, also stability. Well, since the child cannot work, maybe a certain sphere of the life of a child will get stabilized, right? The child will settle down, maybe in his studies. In any way, good news, good perspectives for a child who is important for you, yours or of somebody else. And this is the meaning of the card. But actually, we're talking here about what will go away or what will be you will avoid. Maybe the situation has been stable for a child who is important to you, and suddenly this will be under the question, you know. It will not be stable as it was before. I will not say it will be destroyed, but yeah, turbulence. The stability is threatened, under threat. Let's see the additional card for Mercury in Libra retrograde. 34. You will have to spend money in order to bring order to this situation. You will have to the solution of the situation regarding a child will need some financial investment, some spendings, maybe to pay. If it's about school of a child, you will have to pay maybe some private courses in order to help the child. Okay, Mercury in Scorpio. Mercury in Scorpio. Mercury in Scorpio. Moon and Scythe. 32 and 10. You know, this is a card of extreme emotional sensitivity. There's a combination. Somebody's extreme emotional sensitivity, sleepless night, insomnia, fragility, you know, emotional sensitivity. When you even have to take, you know, some antidepressants, some pills, you know, or medicine, it's not a good card for emotional state. And this will go away. This will disappear. You will not worry anymore. This will be over. In itself, the combination is negative, but this is what will go away in your situation with the Moon in Scorpio. Mercury in Scorpio. If you have Mercury in Scorpio retrograde, 21, the mountain, you will still not see the, you know, the way out, the solution of your problem. You will be like blocked, but at least the worst will be behind. You will be able to sleep, even though the you will not see the sunrise yet. Something will be blocked, yes, in your case, but at least you will not be as sensitive about the question as before. Mercury in Scorpio. Mercury in Sagittarius. Mercury in Sagittarius. Coffin and a child. 8 and 13. The end of something that has just already started as a situation, as a process. Okay, something new. It will not stop. Maybe because you have fear that, okay, I just started a project, or yeah, I had some plans and they're so fresh and fragile. I wonder if they will continue. And you are, for example, you will be almost sure that, yeah, it will not continue in the future, but it will continue, because this is what will not happen. The beginning, the end of something freshly, recently started will not happen. Okay? And the additional card for Mercury in Sagittarius, retrograde, the moon 32, you will still stay anxious, even on the subconscious level, about this still fragile and unstable situation. It will affect the quality of your sleep, of your emotional state. You will wonder all the time what should I do in order to give more chances to this recently freshly started project. But the project will not collapse. It will continue, even though it will be fragile in this very first stage and phase. Okay. Mercury in Capricorn. Mercury in Capricorn. What will go away? God. Mercury in Capricorn. Mountain and garden. If you haven't gone out, if you were not going out a lot recently, like, if you were avoiding social contact, visiting your friends, socialize yourself, this will be over. You will start socializing a lot, actually, because blockage of this combination means blockage in the communication with other people, with the society, with the social group you belong to. You will be actually a very outgoing person during the next month. You will meet a lot of new people, and those who didn't want to talk to you, for example, people with whom you had some problems, communication problems, will open themselves to you, and you will open to them. You will open yourself to them, and you will have very rich social exchanges, even with the people you had problems with. Mercury in Capricorn retrograde. Child 13. You will have a lot of new, interesting, young contacts, friendships, and acquaintances. Extremely positive combinations. Okay, Mercury in Aquarius. What will go away for you? What will you avoid? Mercury in Aquarius. Stars and anchor. Well, 16 and 35. Basically, this is a very good combination for realization of professional dreams and plans. But apparently, unfortunately, this will not happen. Maybe you've been waiting for some news about a promotion. You will really believing that it will happen, but it will not, apparently, because, maybe it's not the right time for you. Mercury in Aquarius retrograde, the additional card for you, number 12, birds, it will make you feel extremely, it will destabilize you. You will be like lost, you know, you will not know what to think about. Anxiety, worries, it will make you feel worry. In your further personal situation will be unstable, by the way. I don't think that you will be fired, but there will be instability, uncertainty of your future, further professional situation. You won't receive the promotion that you've been counting on, but in addition to that, the evolution of your personal situation will not promise you big stability. It will be rather unstable, still without definite end of a contract. And Mercury in Pisces. What will go away for you? Bear and Cross, 15 and 36. This could mean major problems with the older man, a father who may be a father or older man who plays a very important role for you, like an emperor in the tarot cards. Maybe he has major issues, major problems, maybe health problems. Anyway, the cross is suffering, it's karma, it's negativity. So this will go away. Major problems, sufferings, difficulties in the life of a father or older man who is important to you, who plays the role of the authority. This will stop, this will disappear, okay? These are good news for you also, Mercury in Pisces. And the additional card for you would be number 24, the heart. Maybe this will allow the situation, the fact that this man will not suffer. He will be able to avoid major tests, major difficulties of his life. It will make you feel closer, like, you know, it will reveal mutual feelings. Even if it's a father, of course, we love our parents. It's not the same love as the love for a man in the romantic sense of word, but it will the circumstances will reunite you. You will feelings. It will the situation will reveal, will wake up, will awake feelings, whether romantic or feelings, you know, father-child, warm relationship full of love and comprehension. Mercury in Pisces retrograde. All right, now part number 4, the position of Venus in signs, the part that everybody is waiting for, I'm sure. Me too, I'm waiting for. Love life, personal relationship, love relationship, feelings, romantic sphere of life. Let's start. Venus in Aries, love. Venus in Aries. Get this time. Snake and Stars, 7 and 16. You will be able to get what you want from your love partner or from somebody you would like to see as a love partner, thanks to your wise attitude, a little bit manipulative. But in the end, you achieve your goals, your dreams, and your aim in love. Yeah, you have to think how to act, not to act straightly, okay? In this case, you will get what you want, the stars, you will touch the star. Venus in Aries, the additional card for you if it's retrograde, it's number 20, the garden. One of the means that you can use to achieve your goal is social contacts. It also means internet, you know, social media, other people, society, maybe friends, social group you belong to. This will help you in getting closer to your dreams in love, okay? Venus in Aries. Venus in Venus and Taurus. This time you get key and letter, 33 and 27. A lot of correspondence, a lot of email or SMS exchanges, okay? And you will get all the answers to your questions, and thanks to this correspondence. The person who will write to you will be sincere in her text, the way she will express her thoughts. Yeah, everything will become clear to you thanks to a correspondence, love correspondence. Why not? Because we talk about love. Venus and Taurus retrograde. The additional card for you is 32. Or you will lose the moon. You will lose sleep. You will not sleep at night. Maybe you will correspond during night. At night, instead of sleeping, you will write SMS or you will write emails. Okay. Venus and Gemini. Venus and Gemini, love life. For Venus and Gemini, you get this time Tower and Ring, 19 and 25. Well, normally this combination means official engagement, official commitment. It's like a marriage, you know, in the à la mairie, in official institution. Where do we sign official commitment? You sign. It's like a marriage for me. Even if it's not, even if you will not go with the partner to a place where we sign, maybe it will be just, you know, you will commit between you and the partner without signing for the moment. But it's extremely serious and promising combination. This is for sure. Venus and Gemini retrograde. The additional card for you, number 14, the Fox. You will have to think twice before to sign. Check all the conditions of the marriage contract. Be like a fox. Don't sign with the eyes closed, blind. No blind signature. After the detailed verification of all the clauses of the marriage contract. Okay. Venus in Cancer. Venus in Cancer, love life for Venus in Cancer. Ring and child. Engagement, commitment, ties, relationship. New. Well, it can be with somebody younger, with somebody that you met recently, or there is a renewal, because I think about somebody. That's why. Renewal, like, you know, a new phase, new stage, fresh phase in the existing relationship, or something new in the existing relationship, or the beginning of a new partnership over somebody younger, or all these at the same time. It's excellent. Something also light and well, I don't say innocent in terms of platonic. No. But I mean something that is not heavy. That doesn't make you feel unhappy or like that you carry a burden. You know, something joyful. The child, light and fresh and luminous. Yeah. I'm happy to see this combination. Venus in Cancer retrograde, flower, number 9. In the context of this excellent combination of cards, ring and child, a lot of gifts, invitations, propositions that bring pleasure to the both partners. You know, just excellent for Venus in Cancer. Venus in Leo. Venus in Leo. Venus in Leo gets this time 16 and 15, the stars and bear. Wow. You will meet the person of your dreams. Well, if it's a woman, of course, it's about to meet a man of your dreams, somebody who is very high in the social position, who has authority on other people and will have the authority on you, somebody who you respect, okay? If you are a man, it means that very big dreams come true. In any case, it's an excellent combination. Major changes happen, and like, yeah, you touch the star, your craziest dreams come true. For Venus in Leo, if it's retrograde, the additional card for you is Clubber number 2, happiness, peace, harmony. Just the confirmation of the positive combination of the two main cards. Venus in Leo. Congratulations. Venus in Virgo. Venus in Virgo. Get this time, house and dog, 4 and 18. Well, a new friend enters your house. Maybe it's still a friend, not a partner, but somebody new who you can trust, who's loyal, will be a regular visitor on your territory, will come to your house, okay? Will be the part of your common usual environment, friendship. Or if you have a partner, it means the partner is faithful and loyal. If you have Venus in Virgo retrograde, the additional card for you is Anchor 35. This friendship will have a further development, evolution in the future. This is for sure. You can trust this new friend, or if it's your partner, don't have any doubt about the loyalty and the commitment of your current partner, and it will continue in the future also. The confirmation, the positive confirmation with the Anchor additional card for Venus in Virgo retrograde. Venus in Libra. Venus in Libra. Get this time. Heart and cross. 2436. Wow. Sufferings, pain because of love. You will be in love. If you are in love, this relationship will make you feel. It's not a breakup, it's like rather a crisis, but it also means karmic relationship, something that you won't be able to avoid. Ideally, love should not make us suffer, but when it's a karmic relationship, it's always extremely emotional, and by consequence can be painful, since we are vulnerable emotionally. So love, but which is karmic, and that's why it makes us suffer. Venus in Libra, additional card if you have Venus in Libra retrograde. It's Anchor 35. Even if you have experienced some difficulties and painful moments with your beloved one, it will continue in the future. It will not stop. It is just karmic tests, karmic negative experience that you will have to go through. Okay, temporarily negative experiences because they are karmic. Yeah, that's why painful. Venus in Scorpio. Venus in Scorpio gets this time Mountain and Child, 21 and 13. Recently started relationship or flirting will not receive the further evolution. It will be blocked. Or if you're in a relationship, you aspire, to a new phase in the existing relationship. It will not have the desirable evolution at this moment, at least. Blocked. The new beginning is blocked. It's not over, but just postponed. There are delays in the evolution, or something recently, freshly started. Venus in Scorpio retrograde, the additional card for you will be the Sun, 31. It will be unblocked very soon, sooner than for those who don't have Venus in Scorpio retrograde. You get my logics, right? The positive outcome is promised in any case for Venus in Scorpio retrograde. It's just a question of time for you. Be patient. Venus in Sagittarius. Venus in Sagittarius. Cross and Stork, 36 and 17. I would say this is a positive combination. It means changes, the Stork. Things move forward. There are changes, you know, but they are difficult to accept. They're heavy, like you feel that they're unavoidable, like it was for the previous combination, Heart and Cross. Something unavoidable, karmic, heavy. You feel that, yeah, I have to go through this because I know that this is the way my relationship should evolve, but it's a little bit, there's no lightness. It's like a little bit feeling of fatality, fatal, you know. Unavoidable changes that are heavy to accept, difficult to accept, but there are changes. And Venus in Sagittarius retrograde, the additional card for you, it's 8, the coffin. It means that at a certain stage of these changes, of the process of these changes, there will be a major turning point. Well, I would say that the coffin could mean a breakup, but it's not a breakup of a relationship, you know. It's like something ends. It's like the death in the tarot cards. A certain part of a situation goes away in order to give the place to the new, like the renewal, regeneration, rebirth. It will start for you with the minor changes, heavy to accept, difficult to accept, and heavy to live, and it will end up by significant, major restructuring in your love situation. Venus in Sagittarius. Not easy for you this month, yeah. Venus in Capricorn. Venus in Capricorn. This time you get Coffin and Rider, 8 and 1. News don't arrive, news don't come, changes don't happen. They're not only blocked, you know, the evolution, the development of your love life is not blocked. It doesn't happen. It's like stops. Yeah. Not easy combination for you neither, Venus and Capricorn. Maybe this is not the right partnership for you. Or if you're single, maybe it's not the right time for you to meet the person. If you have Venus and Capricorn retrograde, the additional card for you will be the Moon, 32. It will definitely affect your emotional state, yeah. You will worry about your love life, and you will ask a lot of questions to yourself, to the universe, and you will, you know, try to find some answers in the signs, in the dreams. Maybe you will consult a psychic, yeah, because Moon symbolizes some subconsciousness, the processes that happen on the subconscious level. So not easy, but well, nothing lasts forever. Only 1 month. Venus in Aquarius. Yeah, this is me. Venus in Aquarius. Love life. Venus in Aquarius. 12 and 34. Birds and fish. Well, this is a financial card. accent is put on the instability, on the financial situation, maybe of the couple or of the partner. But it can be positive. For example, the partner will help you financially, actually, but a little bit, not on a regular basis, because birds, this is instability. Finances are in the focus of your love life. But fish also is the same as for Venus, which symbolizes love and money, means sensuality. You know, social part, physical side of exchange, sex, yeah. So maybe like unstable sexual relationship, even though sex is presented by the cards of Lily, okay. But fish also, this sensuality. We will see if it's about money or sex, you know, for Venus in Aquarius. The additional card for Venus in Aquarius retrograde, it's snake, number 7. Yeah, you will have to play indirectly, once again, smartly, you know, like the snake, meeting obstacles in order to get what you want. It's the card of manipulation, but also of adaptation to any situation. Okay. By the way, this is my position, Venus in Aquarius. I was born in the Chinese horoscope during the year of the snake. Yeah, this is my card. So, if you act straightly, if you say directly what you want, you will not get what the desired result in love. And the last one, Venus in Pisces. Venus in Pisces gets the combination, the following combination: boat and snake, 3 and 7. A trip with a woman. If you are a man, if you're a woman, maybe your mother-in-law, you know, older woman, the mother of your partner. Or in the figurative sense of word, snake always means to act indirectly, to influence people, to manipulate people, to influence them in a very subtle way, to make them do what you want, because being smart, yeah. Or it can be a trip. You go on a trip and then suddenly in the middle of everything you change the destination of the trip. This is another possibility. And Venus in Pisces retrograde gets the additional card, number 5, the tree. In any case, this trip, because the boat means, first of all, a trip, will be very beneficial for your health. You will get back from your voyage, from your vacation, for example. You know, you will get rid of the stress and the fatigue you will not be tired anymore. It will be extremely beneficial for your physical condition and for your health. So it's extremely positive, the additional card for Venus in Pisces retrograde. Okay, we continue the part number 5. The position of Mars in the sign of the zodiac in your birth chart will correspond to the financial professional situation during the upcoming month. Finances, job, career. Okay, Mars in a sign. Let's start. Mars in Aries. Mars in Aries gets this time coffin and a man, 8 and 28. The man here is the your superior, your manager, the boss. You will change the manager. You will work under orders of somebody else, of somebody new. Definitely the change of the supervisor. If you have your own business, maybe you will have say goodbye to one of your major business partners. A man goes away from your professional life. If you have Mars in Aries retrograde, the additional card for you is 13, and you will find somebody new as a business partner, or if it will be your supervisor who will go away, the new person who will take his place will be somebody younger, young and dynamic, okay? Maybe not extremely mature and professional, but young. Somebody new will take the place of the man who will disappear from your professional life. Mars in Taurus. Mars in Taurus. Oh, Tower and Lily. I always confuse with French. Lily. 19 and 30. Definitely a big professional success, even a promotion if you have your own business, if you're on your own, social recognition of your talents, of your achievements, of your results of your work, success, recognition, total satisfaction, and you get to a higher level in the social professional realization. Just excellent combination for Mars and Taurus. If it's retrograde in your chart, the additional card is 32. This success will not allow you to sleep in the positive way. Okay, you will think about it day and night. What should I do in order to even improve the current achievements? Don't think about too much. I mean, the things will happen. I mean, don't get like, drunk. Don't allow the success, don't let the success lose your mind. Don't lose your mind. Like people who win lotteries, they don't understand what they do. They lose the feeling of reality. Mars in Gemini. Mars in Gemini. Career finances for Mars in Gemini. Tower and Birds, 19 and 12. Your professional situation is not critical. There is no threat, no danger of being fired or to lose the source of income. But there is certain turbulence, certain instability, and the situation changes like every hour. Shakes up. It looks unstable, but there is no major threat of losing your job or having crisis in your business if you are on your own. Okay, no major worries for Mars in Gemini. And the additional card, if it's retrograde, number 10, Scythe, you will receive a surprise. An unexpected event will happen that may destabilize you, will make you lose the ground under your feet, In the extreme case, it can be the loss of the source of income, but the Scythe I rather interpret as a surprise, not as the end. Surprise. In the worst case, the end of the situation. But when something ends up, it gives the place to the new, right? The room to the new. Something new will occur. Mars in Cancer. Mars in Cancer gets Key and Woman, 3329. You will have the solution of your problems. You will receive the answers. You will repair something that doesn't work properly thanks to a woman. Maybe if it's you are a woman, because maybe it will be thanks to your own effort, or if you're a man, this will be your woman, a colleague or a supervisor, a superior, a boss, okay? A woman will be the source of the solution of the financial professional problems. If you have Mars in Cancer retrograde, 35, the anchor promises you a very stable, long-lasting result at the continuation of the situation. Stability, success, and no reason to worry about your financial future for Mars in Cancer. Mars in Leo. Mars in Leo. Mars in Leo. Let's see, Olga. 13 and 21, new beginning is blocked. Maybe you will have a suggestion. opportunity to start something new, like a new activity or a new additional activity to what you do at this moment, and it will be blocked or postponed or delayed. It's not the right moment to doing it now. Okay, you can consider propositions or suggestions, but don't forget that we have Mercury retrograde, right, in December, so maybe it will start later. It's not I don't say that it's impossible to start this new project in any way. It's just a question of time. It's blocked, postponed. Mars and Leo retrograde, which is also my case, 27 later, you will sign something. You may sign the contract of the future collaboration that will start later, but the question of signature of papers, the professional documents and papers, maybe a contract, will be in the focus of your attention. This is promising for Mars in Leo retrograde. Okay, Mars in Virgo. Mars in Virgo. Mars in Virgo gets this time for finances and career. Key and Clover. Key came out many times today, 33 and 2. You will find the solution of your problems, and its result will be the happiness, peace, harmony, satisfaction. Maybe short, not on a big scale, because Clover means simple, short-term happiness. Okay, but in any case, it's extremely positive combination. If you experience issues, if you look for a job, or if you have problems in the current working environment, you will find the way how to deal with all the problems. Mars in Virgo retrograde, the additional card for you is number 22, the Crossroad. You, in addition to this basic, very positive combination of the card, you will have to make choices. But whatever you choose, regardless the option that will be presented to you, you choose, this will be extremely positive for you and beneficial in the end. Only positive combination, meaning for you, for Mars in Virgo. Mars in Libra. Mars in Libra, career and finances for Mars in Libra. Makes you think about somebody. 29 and 25, woman and ring. New professional collaboration with the woman. If you are a woman or a man, it doesn't matter. If you are a woman, this is you. So you will sign new contracts. You will start new partnership, professional partnership. If you are a man, the cards promise you new professional relationship with the woman. You see how it's interesting. And additional card for Mars in Libra, retrograde, heart, 24. So it will be a professional relationship with a woman who is or who will be your love partner eventually later. In any case, the question of feelings and love is interfering in the professional environment. Professional collaboration with the feminine partner, but love is also here. If you are a woman, of course, this card, the 29 was representing you, but it's the additional card, the heart, may mean that you will love what you do. This new contract, this new activity with somebody new, you will just adore, working on this. Interesting. We will see, because I think about somebody. Yeah. Mars in Scorpio. Mars in Scorpio, career and finances. Clover and Tree, 2 and 5, total stability, long-lasting projects and responsibilities, They satisfy you, and there is nothing to complain about, nothing to worry about. Long-lasting, promising collaboration or activity if you work for somebody. Additional card for Mars and Scorpio retrograde. Number 10 is the Scythe. A surprise. It doesn't obligatory mean the end up of something, since the basic combination is extremely positive. So it's just a surprise. Unexpected turns in the professional situation. But for me, they will be rather positive, surprising. You know that when you feel like, oh, surprises can also be positive. Mars in Sagittarius. Mars in Sagittarius. Career and finances. Tower and Fox, 19 and 14. In your professional environment, among your colleagues or business partners, there may be a person who is not totally honest and transparent. Be aware of manipulation of the fox, of somebody who plays the double game, who is hypocrite. Some people can make plans in your back. And this is purely professional environment, because the Tower is always official institutions or professional environment. And additional card for Mars in Sagittarius retrograde, 33, the key. You will figure out who is that. You will find, you will discover who is this person or these people who try to play in your back. So you will not be the victim of a manipulation, or you will be able to avoid negative consequences of this double game of the person in question, okay? It's not negative for you. The card emphasized this. The positive outcome solution. Mars in Capricorn. Mars in Capricorn, career and finances. Mars in Capricorn. Clover and Anchor, 2 and 35. Stability, satisfying results, progression, harmony, peace, good relationship with the colleagues and business partners. Excellent, promising combination. Mars and Capricorn retrograde. The additional card for you is 23, the Mice. This card is the first time it comes out today. It's the card of bad health. Don't force yourself, if you want to avoid a burnout. If you work too much, you risk to feel exhausted physically and emotionally. This is the card of weak physical forces. Burnout. Don't work too much. You need also rest, okay? All of us, we need rest, but when everything is, excellent in our professional situation, we want to do more, not because maybe we are afraid that we lose the positive results. Risk of the burnout, extreme fatigue for Mars in Capricorn retrograde. Mars in Aquarius. Mars in Aquarius, career and finances. Mars in Aquarius. Bear and Heart, 15 and 24. This can mean a beginning of a love relationship with the boss, with the supervisor. If you're a woman, okay, the supervisor appreciates you, he loves you even, or beginning of a love story with the superior. If you're a man, it can be your more important business partner or supervisor that with whom you have very personal, friendly relationship, with a very warm relationship, even though they exist in the context of the professional environment, like as if it was like you consider the supervisor as if he was a brother or a father or your best friend. And for women, love with the boss. Well, this also happens if you have Venus in the 10th house, in your chart. This is the indication of having a love relationship with somebody who is high in the in the social, in the structure, professional structure. Additional card for Mars in Aquarius retrograde, the book 26. You will have to keep this a secret. You will not be able, you will not want, at least in the beginning, to reveal this romantic relationship, you know, which comes, which doesn't stay only professional, to other people. You will keep it as a secret for a while. And the last one, Mars in Pisces. Mars in Pisces, career and finances. Mars in Pisces, career and finances. Woman and Moon, 29 and 32. If you are a woman, this is you. You will... all your emotional state, your worries, your fears, your will be affected by your professional and financial situations. You will not have the clear vision of what's going on. You will, you'll panic without having real, concrete reasons. Maybe they will not exist. There will be no reason to worry, but you will panic about possible, for example, negative event that could happen. But before to start worrying and panic, be sure that you possess the detailed information about your professional situation. If you are a man, this worries about your career and finances will be provoked by a woman. Maybe you work with a colleague or business partner or a supervisor. I would say like anxiety, frustration about something that is not even sure to exist, about problems that you have to check if they really exist. Mars in Pisces, if it's retrograde, the additional card for you will be the cloud number 6. Yeah, this underlines once again the fact that you will have to clear up, to clarify, to check what is wrong, what is functioning well, for example. The situation is foggy, and without analyzing the details and the real state of things, you will worry, and this will destabilize you emotionally, and you won't be efficient in your professional activity. Mars in Pisces retrograde. Okay, my dear friends, this is the last part. I will pull out the cards for the surprise of the month, and the surprise will correspond to your rising, the sign, the ascendant. You'll have to check the time. You have to know the time of birth in order to know the ascendant. What will surprise you? What you don't expect to happen? Rising Aries. Rising Aries. The surprise of rising Aries will be Child and Anchor, 13 and 35. Well, normally this combination means a new job, a new professional activity. It can be any activity that, if it's not an official new job, but something paid that will improve the quality of your life. Something new that will start. I would rather refer to a professional life. And this will surprise you. Positive combination, rising Aries. Rising Taurus. Rising Taurus. Tower and House, 19 and 4. Tower, it's an official institution. House, it's your house, your home. Maybe there will be some official what I think about it. A visit of a representative of an official institution to your house, something like this, Police will come to your house, or somebody a collector of debts. Yeah, official institution visits your home, something like that. Since, yeah, funny. Tower symbolizes also job, work, professional environment. Also, work is an independent work from home. You have to combine the meanings: professional environment and your house, your home, family, your comfort zone, or official institution. One of the two, of the both. The police will come and knock at your door. Yes, fine. You will let me know later. In the end of the month. Rising Gemini. Rising Gemini. What will surprise you? Rising Gemini. 9 and 34. Flowers, bouquet, and fish. Very expensive gift. Valuable. You will receive a present or a gift which has a big financial value. Not sentimental, financial. It's a financial proposition. Expensive gift. Something about money. Somebody will give you something valuable. Or even cash. It could be cash, you know. Something will pay you for. No, it's not paying for a service. It's a gift. Flowers. Valuable gift. Present. Rising Cancer. The surprise for you. Rising Cancer will be 24 and 23, heart and mice. Painful moments in love, maybe a disappointment, or the absence of your partner, or the illness of your partner, or the illness of the heart. Something related to your love life, little bit negative, yeah. But Pisces is not a breakup, it's the lack of resources, physical resources first of all. Health issues of the partner, or his absence because he's not available, okay, or sorrow, sadness, pain. Well, this also happens, and this is something that you don't expect, unfortunately. Well, I hope that next time you will have a funnier, more joyful surprise. Rising Cancer. Rising Leo. Rising Leo. The surprise for you will be Stork and Birds, 17 and 12. You know the changes in a specific situation, but too many changes, too many minor events that make you lose the orientation, that make you lose the north and the south, you know, like too many things happening, and you don't know how to judge this, what to think about. Okay, is this good or not? Should I accept this in my life or not? Too many things happening, a little bit hectic changes. When there is a major big event that falls on your head, you know that, oh yeah, this will make me move forward. But when there are too many things happening at the same time, you lose the control. You lose control over the situation. This is a surprise for you. Rising Leo. Rising Virgo. The surprise for the rising Virgo is Snake and Fox, 7 and 14. This is the double combination of manipulation, hypocrite, double game. It may come even from a woman, the card underline, you know. A woman who wants to get something from you, and she will use all the possible and impossible means in order to get to her to the final goal, you know, aim, objective. Very complicated game of a woman. Maybe that since it's a surprise for you, this is something you did not even expect from this person. You didn't expect this such a behavior from the person in question. So be aware of a woman who will act like snake, because snake is a woman who acts like a fox. Rising Virgo. Rising Libra. Rising Libra. Rising Libra. Anchor and a fish, 35 and 34. It's an awesome, gorgeous combination for finances and job, like promotion. Even though you have, so let's imagine you have rising Libra, but you had neutral or negative cards for your professional situation, for your Mars in the sign in your chart. Okay, we have to put all together, make a synthesis in order to get the entire picture, the whole picture of your life for the coming month. The surprise is, in any case, regardless of the position of Mars in your chart, which will correspond to the financial and professional sphere, the surprise will be money. Money, stable financial, professional situation. Maybe it will surprise you, let's say, in the end of the analyzed period. But this is extremely positive combination for, I repeat myself, for money and career. Surprise for rising Libra. Surprise for rising Scorpio. Rising Scorpio. Rising Scorpio gets 14 and 12, fox and birds. Another player in your back. But I think there will be more than one, you know, because birds, it means something. Two birds or multiple. Many, a lot of something. A lot of players, you know, like they surrounded you. Yeah. More than one hypocrite person in your environment. Stay vigilant, stay awakened, don't fall asleep. But in any case, rising Scorpio never fall asleep. They always see enemies in everybody and all people that surround them. Rising Sagittarius, the surprise for you will be Rising Sagittarius. Birds and snake, 12 and 7. Yeah. A woman will destabilize you. A woman will have, maybe an older woman, will have a very weird behavior with the changing mood. You will not understand clearly her intentions, the strategy of her behavior, you know. Be aware of the woman. She will not help you to resolve your issues. Woman, she will destabilize you. Rising Sagittarius. Rising Capricorn, the surprise for you will be Rising Capricorn. Fox came out many times today, you know. 29 and 14, woman and fox. If you are a woman, it's you. So this means that you will be surprised by your own very smart behavior. You will hide your game. You will choose a very specific strategy of behavior. You will play a game. Yes, you will be able to do what it's better to do, and you will be able to say what is better for you to say in order to get to your final destination. You know, you will show yourself as the fox, and you will even surprised, you know, by this capacity of yours to be suddenly different than you are usually. If you are a man, a partner will behave like a fox, and this will surprise you. You will consider, notice that your partner, woman, is not transparent as usual. Doesn't mean that she will use you, but it's not excluded neither. Fox think about the image of the fox that all of us we have in our mind. Rising Capricorn, rising Aquarius, the surprise for you. Let's see, Olga, what will surprise you, what you don't expect. Rising Aquarius, get the surprise of the month. Tree and Stork, 5 and 17. These are very good tendencies, events regarding health, improvement of your health, maybe a trip, small trips that will improve your physical condition, or you may go back to sports, to fitness, lose weight, you know, positive changes in your health, physical condition. Why it will surprise me? Because I like ice cream on the beach, well, even some beer on the beach, you know. Yeah, because it's hot. When the weather is hot, you know, it's so... How to resist this temptation, tell me, even if it's 11 a.m. Because sometimes I go to the beach at 11 a.m. and I have my small beer, but this is a secret. So maybe I will be able to... I will not need this anymore, the rising Aquarius, because I will feel physically comfortable and relaxed without the small beer at 11 a.m. on the beach. Now you know all my secrets. Yeah, we finish with a very positive note. The final surprise for the rising Pisces. Rising Pisces. Child and Liz, or Lily, I always... 13 and 30. Well, this can be good results at school for a child. The improvement of a social status for a child. If it's a child, it's about school, or, you know, rather limited circle of social contacts. It's not like the life of an adult. Good results, yes, at school. Well, since Lily symbolizes sex also, maybe, well, pregnancy, it's most often child and stork, but still I would be careful with the rising Pisces, you know, with the protection during sexual relationship, because sex and child, you know, it goes all along together. So there is a risk of pregnancy, the way I see it. But also, first of all, it's success at school for a child. This is this was my first intuitive interpretation. Good luck, my dear friends. I hope it was useful. I'm waiting for your feedbacks, and good luck to everybody, to all who didn't have particularly good combinations of the cards this time. Life continues. Tomorrow will be a new day, and I will talk to you with the help of the LENORMAND cards very soon, in 1 month, in the end of December. Take care of yourself. Goodbye.